What's going on, guys? And today in this video we're going to be doing actually going over how to set up a live stream mix using the X32 card add-on. Okay, so this is actually very easy, and it's a pretty, I'm gonna say, like, it'll take about 10 to 15 minutes just to set up if you're inexperienced, but if you know how to do it quick, it'll be 5 to 10 minutes. So we're gonna run through it real fast, and yeah, just pay attention. So here we go. So we have a blank mixer, nothing has changed on it, so it's like a fresh mixer as well. All right, first things first that you want to do is just create the mix bus. It is best if you make a stereo mix for your live stream because that's the best option. It doesn't matter which mix bus you use. You can use 15 to 16, any mix bus you use, but just make sure that it's two mix buses that are open, and it has to be mix buses like an odd number and then an even number, not an even number then an odd number. So for example, I'm gonna take 1 and 2, stereo link this, bam. So once the stereo linked, we're gonna go ahead and move that up, and we're gonna name this, oops, live mix. So live mix, like that. And then what we're going to do after this is now focus on the routing page. Now, of course, you can actually do multiple things, like you have a mix bus for the live mix to actually mix everything, and then you go and add a matrix. But if you just want a mix bus and that's it, and not take 2 matrix spots, which honestly, if you care about having effects on it, then I recommend having 2, because then you can actually double the effects. So for example, here you could throw in and say 1 and 2. And then go ahead and make matrix 5, matrix 6 as another effect. I recommend doing that if you want to have effects, but since you don't want to have effects, and we're just going to show you how to make the mix bus for the live stream, we're not going to worry about effects, and that'll be like a different, like a different video, maybe later down the road. So just make the mix bus, and we're going to go ahead and go to the routing page. So the routing page is probably the most important page for all of it. And what you want to do is you can just say, you could assign this live stream mix to any mix bus you want. Any output you want. So for example, I'm going to use 15 and 16. We're going to do that all the way down here. Now, these outputs will not be able to be used on the hardware. Okay, so now these outputs are now configured, they're good, and you cannot use these for anything else. Okay, you can't. So now since this is set up, we're gonna go to the card now and change this from local to out, just like that. Okay, once you do that, it's honestly done. And last thing you have to do is come over here to user out, come down here, change 15 to 16. Like that. And as you can see, output patch overview, the signal is mix bus 1 and 2, and the tap is post fader. That's what you want to do. You want to have this mix bus as post fader, and yeah, it's pretty that easy. So now once you have this set up, the mix bus is now sitting to the card. All you do now, plug in the card to your PC and go and navigate over to Behringer, and I will put all this download information into the description, so everything's on this video. Everything that you need will be in this video. Okay, just download the X32 card driver. It's called, I believe it's called the XUSB. If not, and I'm wrong, I'll put the correct version in the description below. So once the routing and the channel is set up, now all you have to do, come over here to your channels, and so you want to throw, a mic, drums, and a guitar to the live stream mix. You can then go ahead and make this to 0. So I'm gonna answer a quick question as well that many people have confusion on, and that is, what does the signal tap mean? What is that? So I'm gonna go over pre-EQ, post-EQ, pre-fader, and post-fader. So pre-EQ is, so it makes no sense to do, in my opinion, it makes no sense to use pre-EQ or pre or post-EQ. Honestly, in my opinion, it makes no sense. Because why would you not want to have the channel EQ that you have sitting to it? Like there's no way to duplicate the channel and send that channel unless you have so much extra slots. Now there is a way, but it just doesn't make sense to do that. So in my opinion, like the easiest way is to just make this pre-fader, if you have a live stream mix engineer, and then post fader if you're going to have just you doing everything. So pre-fader will send these channels to the mix bus, but changing this fader will not affect the audio sent to here, which is the live mix bus. However, if you have on post fader, this will affect the volume that sends to the live mix. Now, I'm going to clear up a common confusion. Just because this is on post fader and this changes, this will not change this. This is how much you're sending to it. So like for example, if you were to bring this down to 5, this is the max volume that will send to the mix bus. Now, if this is over 5, like for example, say it's on the at 0, right? It will still be loud, but the mix bus will pick it up like it's 5 decibels quieter. Okay, but if it's on 0, now it's equal to what this matches. So like if this is also on 0, it will be this loud. If this is on 10, it'll be that loud. But if this is on -10, now this channel will now make it seem like, you know, like you're basically just sending 0. Makes sense? So like that's what it means for post fader. Pre-fader, this channel's volume for this mix bus is now all controlled with this fader. And the easiest way to do that is just go to live mix, and now bam, you have it. See how this is changing now? And same with the fader. Both of these are changing simultaneously because now it affects it. And for one, like you're on the mix bus tab. That's why I love having this open, because you know it's so easy to do this. And when you have a live mixer, the X32 can have multiple clients log into it at the same time, controlling different things. So when you have two people, one person for the front of house and one person for the live stream, you can then have one PC for the front of house mix, which would be the main LR, this mix, and then the other X32 screen will show the live mix. And this is how like he would mix the live stream, just right here. Now of course, you know, like there'll be no EQ going on. It's literally just the volume, because all of the volume, all of the EQ, compression, the gating, all of that is done on the front of house mixer. Unfortunately, there's no way to duplicate the channel without causing confusion. Now, you can, however, copy the signal coming from channel 5 and 6, but that's gonna be a different video. But you can do that. It's possible. So basically, you have 2 channels. For example, I have my mic. When I speak into it, for example, say channel 1 and 2 will go up at the exact same time, because the signal source or the input source is the same as a different channel. That's possible to do. I'll show you how to do that in a different video. I will never do it on my own personal mixer because I think it's a stupid idea. But of course, every mixing engineer is different. They have different preferences and different needs. So in my opinion, it's not worth it. But if you want to check out that video when it comes out later on, it's definitely something to check out, because I'll show you how to properly do it and make it sound good. Okay, so that's actually all it is, right? So main LR, this controls the front of house, which is and that's for post fader. Post fader will control all of this. It'll control the front of house and will affect the mix bus input signal. Pre-fader, this will only affect the front of house input signal and not affect the live stream at all. So for example, pre-fader, if you have a designated live stream mix engineer. Post fader, if you're by yourself and just don't have the manpower or the mental strength. Oh, actually no, I want to say that. If you're just by yourself and just adding on the separate mix would just be too much for you, then of course having it on post fader is the best thing. Pre-fader, if you have like a separate person, like I said. So that's the best thing. And once that's done, guys, plug in the USB to your PC, download the software, and bam, you're done. Right? And then open OBS or whatever streaming platform you use, and then on the audio, you will see the XUSB card or the X32 card or whatever it's called. On the I forgot exactly what it's called, but it's called something like that. I think it's called XUSB driver. But yeah, just check the description for the driver downloads, and I will get that to you as soon as possible. And yeah, hope you have a great day. And if y'all have any questions, concerns, comments, suggestions, feedback, put them down in the comments below, and I'll try my best to respond to each and every single one. So yeah, hope y'all enjoyed the video, and peace out.